Are you walking as your main source of fitness? I'm Shauna Kay, female fat loss expert, and in this video I want to share 6 reasons why walking will not give you the body of your dreams, why it's just not enough to lose your menopause belly, lose that excess body fat that's just hanging on. I've conducted a survey and I have so many women that have mentioned walking as part of their fitness program. And while I don't want you to stop walking, continue walking, but please do not count on walking, like simply walking alone, to get you fit, to transform your body, and basically to look better naked. Because you know what, at the end of the day, we all want to look better without our clothes on. We want to feel good. And we want to lose the menopausal symptoms, and walking won't help you do that. So, number 1 reason why walking is not enough to transform your body is because it's not a challenge. In order to change our body, we need to challenge it, and thankfully walking isn't a challenge for us. If it was, then maybe we'd be in trouble. So walking won't challenge your body, so it won't change it. So while it might maintain where you're at, you're not going to get any transformative results simply by walking. Number 2 is walking obviously is lower body based. So if you're looking to tighten and tone your belly, to lose your menopause belly, to shape your arms and shoulders, walking, even when you're swinging your arms, is not going to be enough. It doesn't address those other muscles. It's not a full body movement. Thirdly, walking burns only a moderate amount of calories, and it only burns those calories while you're walking. Then once you stop walking, the calorie burning ends. So I would much rather have you do something that puts you into a state called afterburn or EPOC, excess post-oxygen consumption. And stay tuned, because at the end I'm going to tell you what kind of exercise is going to give you afterburn. And afterburn is what happens when you're done your exercise and your metabolism stays elevated for hours, even up to 36 hours after exercise, where you're burning an increased amount of calories. Now, the 4th reason that walking is not your best bet for exercise is it's time consuming. And we know that time is the number 1 killer. Like, we're all short on time. And a 130-pound woman will burn about 160 to 180 calories per hour when she's walking at a brisk pace. And a 200-pound woman will burn about 240 calories an hour when she's like really hoofing it at 3.5 miles per hour. So, you know, if you had a coffee and bagel for breakfast, and you walk for an hour, you still will not have exercised enough to burn off the energy in your breakfast. So walking is not time efficient, and we're all time poor. So again, not a great bet for your main source of exercise. Now, the 5th reason that walking is not your best bet is it doesn't address sarcopenia. Now, sarcopenia is a degenerative, like muscle wasting disease that we all experience as we age. And after 50, we can be losing 1% of our muscle tone per year. And that can happen even in our 20s when we're sedentary. Now, muscle is what keeps us functional. Muscle is what keeps our metabolism rolling. Muscle is what puts the sexy and shape in our genes. And so we want to maintain our lean muscle tone, and walking is just not going to do it. Now, the 6th reason that walking is not your best bet is that for women, heart disease is the leading cause of death. And so walking doesn't elevate your heart rate. It doesn't tax your cardiovascular system. And if we're going to be exercising, we want to be taxing and, improving our cardiovascular system in addition to increasing lean muscle tone, because we don't want to just look good, we want to be healthy. And so walking is not going to, elevate your heart rate a sufficient amount to, offset heart disease. Now, you might be wondering, what's the solution? The solution is metabolic resistance training. Now, what that is a fancy name, but really it's muscle toning exercises that you can just do even with your body weight. You don't have to have all kinds of equipment. You can be using kettlebells, dumbbells, and other implements, but simply our body weight will help to build muscle tone when we're doing the right exercises, and cardio bursts. And the beauty of metabolic resistance training is that we can train for 15 to 20 minutes and get a great body shaping and metabolism boosting workout in that short a time. And the other thing that I didn't even mention about walking is that when we're doing time consuming steady state traditional type cardio, is that our body can actually perceive that as stress. And when we are in a stressed situation, like when we're not sleeping, when we're having trouble at work and relationships and we're under stress, our body releases cortisol. And when we do long steady state cardio or exercise routines, our body can also reduce cortisol or produce cortisol, and cortisol is that belly fat storing hormone. So the very thing that we're trying to do, reduce our menopause belly, if we're doing long workouts or traditional steady state cardio, we can actually be adding to our belly fat. So that's the last thing that we want to do. And the metabolic resistance training with short bursts of cardio and muscle building exercises will not elicit a cortisol effect. So I'm going to have a link for a program that's going to be a great fit for you, especially if you're a woman over 40 looking to lose your menopause belly and improve your health, how you look in your jeans, and reduce menopausal symptoms as well. That's it for me today. See you next time.